Hola amigos, sean bienvenidos a mi canal. En el día de hoy les traigo la recopilación de las partidas del Team SKCALALAS, equipo ganador de las finales mensuales de abril. Espero que la disfrutes, aprendas y te diviertas. Si te gusta, me regalas un lindo like y si te suscribes me darás mucha moral para seguir llevándoles contenidos todos los meses del año. Así que sin más, vamos con el video.
Can pretty much procure a 1 or 2 shot onto the Ash, but he shouldn't really be giving you that sort of range anyways. So, I don't know. It's scary to me. The blue star is going to be picked up easily by SKCALALAS, but that's about it. And there's a little bit of wall break with the gadget from Lukitas, but it's still fairly limited, all things considered.
Yeah, not really going to get a lot done, and it could be pretty much figured out with just a swap, but looks like he might be going straight through this mid and trying to find Exic by surprise, and he might do it right now after avoiding that shot, but doesn't actually choose to make the move. Ree's actually not even going to be playing. Have to point that out there, that is not actually a player at the moment. Alonso, though, might be getting the kill and does get the trade. Robotic Rats down, but the TP in from Lukitas needs to be traded out, and the bot secures the kill.
All right, fair enough. Well, 1-star lead now for Leave No Witness. They have the gene pool as well, so if anyone over-aggresses, it's going to be a short affair. Mortar is finding some value as Alonso a little bit slow on the reaction time for a second. Same for Loco now, caught off guard. And same for Riz. So far Mortar is doing more than all 3 players combined on the side of SKCALALAS. You love to see it.
Well, it is a little bit of a stalemate, so you can't blame them from not being able to make the move, but at the moment the penny turret is doing a lot of work, I will say. Loco needs to try and find something with his gene pool, but at the moment doesn't really want to rush it, waiting for them to push into them, because eventually they're going to have to. They are 1-star down, even if it is just that blue star and a 1-star lead, they're eventually going to have to make a push, and he might be able to try and find this pull. Not sure if we've got any salty barrels left. We do still for Alchi. Throws a little bit more of an aggressive turret, and the salty barrel to tank out the pull is baited out.
Yeah, but with 15 seconds left, I think it's a good timing to just pop one. He still has one left as well, so he's still safe. Exic is going in onto Alonso. Everyone's low, but no one's going down on the side of Leave No Witness. It's not quite the same story for SKCALALAS as they
to pick up the threats, should I say, on the opposing side of SKCALALAS. Leave No Witness managed to take it home, and definitely a bit of a fight for the blue star. Exic does manage to grab it yet again, and need to try and keep it this time rather than have that kind of pushing into a gene pool affair towards the end.
Loco tagged up. This time around, the pull from Lukita is not quite going to find a connection onto Alonso. And slowly but surely, Leave No Witness are creeping up the map. Loco be quite low HP there as well, but he's fine. The pull onto the drop to base, making sure that it's not going to be keeping them low, and the pull at last from Loco will connect. Alki goes down, and Exic is in trouble as well, forced to fall all the way back into his spawn. 1-star lead now for Leave No Witness, and they're not willing to give up any positioning either.
Yeah, well, a little bit of a stalemate once more, but Lukitas has this teleport, so can still do quite a lot of work with just one push, but he is on the Ash side, and that's not the smart teleport to take. Loco's got this pull as well, and surely got to be going for Exic here. Needs to try and make the pathway through, but the turret is going to be placed down. Alonso trying to find some damage, does avoid that walking cane and stays alive. Depends how long that's going to last. Nice follow-up shots as well. TP coming in. Robotic Rats might return, and the knockback and shots follow up as well. Mortar almost goes down. Ree's going to fly away, and that is wonderful gameplay from Leave No Witness. And honestly, they did leave no witnesses.
Yeah, they really didn't, and so far it's looking good for the blue side of things. And Mortar is placed down. We did see how much value it can bring earlier, but even that wasn't quite enough. Final countdown about to come true, and SKCALALAS, they need a bunch of kills.
Yeah, Paul going to be baited out by the teleport back, but I'm pretty sure he might have wanted that teleport in rather than teleporting out. But now the shots come through. Ree's going to be able to get the shots off, and it is the blue star, but it's turned around by the flying bomb of Ree's to take the set. Leave No Witness.
Ordered, but I don't know if it's going to cut it here for SKCALALAS. They do have a decent comp. I especially love the Bonnie and the Meg, but they also have to execute it right, and that for me is going to be the bigger challenge.
Yeah, well, The Otis, I do like it. Fat Splatter's obviously really good, but Carl can quite often get the super off and still go aggressive on that when the mute is in effect. And maybe I would have preferred a thrower still, regardless of all these kind of aggressive tendencies that are going on. If you stop them from getting supers and stuff like that, then they're not going to be able to get too much done. But he's now over the left-hand side, throwing out some pickaxe shots down there and not able to hit Lukitas just yet. He's duking well, but Exic taking some heavy fire in the mid from Alonso and Loco.
Alonso finding some tags here and there. Nothing too substantial just yet. Loco needs to be careful, and that Salty Barrel is great. Could potentially have been a super already unlocked by Alki, and if he jumped in, that would have been a quick kill. If they do get the Meg outside of her mech, that would be massive, getting towards the final stages of that first round. It's not meant to be, at least not just yet. And both teams are just trying desperately to get some supers across the board so they can come into this final fight with all their chances. To jump in from Alki. Riz is going to go down as well. It's only Alonso left alive, and he's not going to be trying it. Which, I mean, fair, it's a 1v2, but Meg outside of mech is not necessarily the most dangerous. I don't know. I feel like maybe it would have been worth a shot, but I can also respect the decision from Leave No Witness to play it safe and keep the super for the next round.
Yeah, maybe a smart choice to keep that super, but not able to get too much done with it regardless. And see if he's going to be able to use it on Loco or use it on himself to pull Chalchi down the mid as well, or if he just wants to use it as that saving grace for himself. But Exit quickly falling out of super, and if they just don't feed this for the rest of the round, they should be able to clean up in the late portion of the game anyway.
Yeah, they have 3 supers available. No more mech for SKC, which should mean a fairly straightforward victory here. But then again, you would be surprised as Riz goes in and very quickly everyone else seems to be going out. Actually, Lukitas is able to take him out, but it's only a 2-for-1 trade, and Leave No Witness should be fairly comfortable as Alki is going to make a run for the gas. Still gets the tag onto Alonso, and so earlier how impactful that jump in was. Doesn't quite have it yet, but is going to be one shot closer from unlocking it.
Yeah, mortar up yet again, and they just need to get Exic out of that mech form really early on, because that's what seemed to work for them so well in that previous round. Get him down and get him out, because he's the main damage dealer. He's going to be the one who's doing the majority of stuff at the end of the game, tanking shots as well, and Alchi popping out the bush, gets hit by the mortar, and some of that fire does burn him down a little bit as well. Reed's trying to push up, but Mute has been fed to Lukitas, and that's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, that Mute might be what makes the difference, but there's also now a Call super available. All 3 supers, as a matter of fact, for SKC, which gives them an advantage getting into the late game. The gas is going to be spawning in any second and closing the map. As right now we start having that final engagement. Loco is shielded up, but jumping from Alki, but he goes down. Exic outside of his mech didn't quite get the swipe out either. He fell.
And it would have been SKCALALAS walking away with all the glory of that set of that game, I should say. But back again, and now Leave No Witness. They're just one game away from taking it to 2 sets up, and that's a dangerous position for SKCALALAS to come back from.
Splash from Lukitas, try to funnel his opposition, and it's working quite all right. They're pushed back, playing it really distant from the mid. Loco is shielded up though, that creates some space and some tags across the board. Exic also low HP, but did manage to pop a gadget to heal back up. Seems like for now, Leave No Witness are going to be safe and sound after that initial aggression from SKC, and try their best to reset things and start unlocking some more supers for themselves. They do have, actually everyone has a super on Leave No Witness if you count the mortar that's placed down, and so far it does mean they have a little bit of an advantage getting into this first endgame.
Yeah, Exic fairly low as well, and the mortar's raining down. Lukitas can't really go back now, and Reese knows that he's going to go in, maybe overly aggressive, but the shots come through, and Exic's the only one available now. He's going to go down as well, and 1 round between Leave No Witness in this second set.
Honestly, worth it, you know, the Carl, even though he dies, he takes no one with him. He gets 2 players, 1 shot. And as Alonso and Loco won their fight in a 2v1, it was easy for them to close it out. Let's see if Leave No Witness are going to double down on their lead, pick up a second set, or if SKC can try to contest this game as well.
Well, Alchi jumping in. Loco's going to tank a lot of that, get some splash through as well, but it looks like this is an SKC round. Alonso going to run away and try not to feed supers to anybody but Exit, because it's not really going to matter if he has it. But now, it's 1-1 in this game, and SKCALALAS have an answer, clearly. It's that quick aggression that works for them.
Looking for some tags, looking for some supers. But both teams playing max distance. They know how important this round is going to be. Set the tone for potentially the rest of the match. So far, both teams are approaching things very carefully, very methodically. And it's probably going to be up for the gas again to force in a fight.
Yeah, still got this Gus shield and Reese with the super as well, and he does have that flying hook, and this is dangerous game for Alchi. He's seen it now as well. There goes the shield, and he messes up his flying hook, does have to back off, but not going to complain because he did get some control along with it. Super now available for Alchi, and that's a jump if I've ever seen one. Right there, gets the kill and doesn't actually go down. Mute comes in. Loco's going to surely go down as well now, and he does fall. SKC even things.
There's around mid HP, and then that jump in from the bunny was just a final blow to claim the advantage and eventually pick up the round and game. 1-1 now in knockout, and SKCALALAS are just one away from evening things out, the set score.
Yeah, good shots from Lakitas as well. Working towards that super, we know how influential it can be because the mute worked out so well in the previous one. Loco just trying to get some shots because he needs this mortar, whether that be in this game or the next, to be able to get some proper damage down and zone them out nicely. Alonso not having the easiest time against Alchi, but does find the connecting shot now. Just a little bit of a stalemate as we wait for some supers to be built up.
Same stuff as the previous two games. As you said, just trying to get some pokes, get some supers, and unless there's really a very big opportunity to go in and get a kill, both teams don't want to take the risk. Alonso is in a bit of danger, might have to pop a shield. Actually, I think they accept their demise, but the Carl doesn't quite. The shield on the Carl could actually have been enough there to get those two kills. A bit of miscommunication by Lux. Oh no, he did pop the shield, never mind. I just didn't see it come true.
That's because he missed it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, that works too. That works too.
Yeah, no, I mean, he totally missed the shield, though, as it probably would have been. Even if it had used it on himself, it'd have probably won that round, as both of them were one-shot jumping now from Alchi, and that's overly aggressive, I feel. Maybe not the right play to make. Loco and Reese still survive, and both of them with supers. Same on the SKC, though. Both of them have supers as well, and more to place. It does seem quite defensive, and the gas should take that before it really starts to take effect. Well, maybe they want to sweep up this round faster than the gas coming in.
Yeah, honestly, I think a 2-on-2 is winning for SKC because the mute on Otis gains more and more value the less opponents there are, right? If you're in a 1v2 or a 1v1, you're ironing out even more of your opposition if you're able to connect that mute. So I don't necessarily even mind the trade. I think it's going to be favoring SKC. However, Exit needs to stay in the mech or it's going to be very dangerous. Riz with the super. Is it enough? A one-on-one now. The mute is going to connect. Is that going to do it? Yeah. 420 HP.
Just like flood them in and hope it goes well. I think for both teams, more SKC than it is for Leave No Witnesses. You know, the Pan, the Penny, the M's, they're all capable of just sticking down some, well, two of them are capable of sticking down some turrets and the other one can just pop that super in the mid.
Yeah, seeing how quickly they drafted as well, it feels like both teams knew exactly what sort of comps they wanted to play with and not necessarily care too much for what their opposition does, as both teams are tank aware with those comps and can really be versatile enough to deal against any sort of team compositions. It's just about which one is going to be stronger here, as we do have tons of grounds on the right hand side that are covered by flames. Alonso needs to be careful. Lukitas catches him off guard and all the oil is going to burn up without getting a single tick of damage onto anyone.
Yeah, a lot of gems in the hands of Leave No Witness now as well. And this is the team we expect. One of them does go down, and then Reese is just left in the middle of everything. Supers everywhere, and a super thrown out to the right hand side with Mama Squeeze as well. That's 8 gems picked up, another 2 on the floor, and that's countdown for SKC now.
They had a 6-gem lead, but now suddenly there's not left in the pocket for Leave No Witness. They need a kill to interrupt this countdown. Loco getting some damage down onto Alki, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, and Alonso is shooting at the wrong target. They do get the kill, but surely they can't find Lukitas now. They need the entire team to come help out. With 10 seconds left, that's easier said than done.
Yeah, Reese now just pushing forward, trying to get some damage down, but it's just, as you said, too little too late. Not enough for them. And although Leave No Witness were completely...
They decided to be greedy, and the gem carrier, it wasn't actually the gem carrier, but Riz was carrying the gems at the time. He got greedy, tried to pick up the gems from his fallen teammate, and instead of just holding on to his own, there were just none left in the bank. And it's a tough decision to make because you have the lead for so long and kind of want to try to keep it. It's better to be even than to lose, and so far, Leave No Witness, they're losing now.
Yeah, well, 4 gems in the hands of SKC, and Loco now pushing through the mid once more. Alchi maybe overstaying his welcome this time and getting burned down. Exik slowed and burned as Alonso throws that onto him now as well. Lukitas just picking up those gems and taking a lot of damage along with it as well, allowing them to maybe keep this control a little bit longer than they would have done if he hadn't taken that damage. But Super now being popped by Loco, speeds straight onto the Meg, and should maybe have gone a little bit more aggressive than he did. And Scrapsucker coming in from Alchi, but he's straight away getting swiped at, and should be able to get this here with the turret, but if not, he's going to get a lot of control. Loco, 6 gems in his head and 4 gems on Lukitas. Very close game here.
Alonso not shooting the oil because he wants to keep the area slowed, but actually a shot is going to be missed and will connect on the oil. Lukitas getting some nice tags onto Riz, and his Exik super in the mid. Pops it a bit early, but Alonso still gets caught. Riz looking to find an angle. They still have a 1-gem lead, but that might not last for very long as Exik is looking to maybe get a pickup on the right. The flames from Alonso will connect, and Exik is going to be very low HP.
Yeah, Alki now. Gem on the floor, super down as well. X is going to get some heals off that, and so is Alki. Reese over the left-hand side, not in mech. Need to try and get out of the situation, but they're surrounded. 3 players surround them and stop them from going back. Maybe they'll have to go forwards and try and avoid it that way. That's exactly what they're choosing to do, and they're heading straight into the spawn of Leave No Witness here. Super thrown out by Lukitas as well. Down goes 2 of the players. Reese, the only one remaining, has the mech, but nothing else. And SKC.
Connections onto Lukitas. Lukitas will be like half HP after getting the kill, and potentially with some good team play, they can take care of him. Same with the Eve that can jump away if the Mortis gets too close at least once or twice, as we'll see right now, and that should more often than not result in Exit going down. We'll see that exact scenario happening now, but if that's gonna be enough is the real question. There's a limited amount of gadgets that Riz has available, and I don't know if that will cut it.
It seems pretty even so far. Exik not off to the best start as he did go down, but now Alki is over to that left-hand side. And we see just moving over to the right now, and he goes dashing through to this spike, this squeak, and he doesn't have a lot of ammo, but actually managed to get his super and managed to come out on top of that one with pretty much full HP as well. Aggressive plays coming in from SKC now, and a little bit of heal thanks to the life plant, and Exik is straight back on the squeak, super thrown directly up, and that might take him down, but only 1 connected. He gets the kill, does get traded out by that last shot, but seems SKC maybe have a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, the thing in the meantime is that Lukitas has decided to make the map his canvas and has painted all over it with oil, and every time someone walks in it with a new gear, they'll be slowed. And that is very scary because at any moment Lukitas can just set it on fire, or for his opponents, I mean, it's going to be less distance that Exik has to dash to make it to his opposition, and Aoki can just, get some easy shots to connect. Doesn't seem like he needs it as Alonso falls, and right now SKC, they're looking like they're on the right way to match point.
Yeah, they are looking very, very good. Shots from Amber as well, and a burn there. Luco's going to go down, and Algae just staying on the zone. Some shots coming through, getting pinched in, but now the pinch comes from SKC as Exit comes through. Super gets the heals off it as well, and he's pretty much full HP, and he is now. Lakitas low, but Exit can tank out a lot of this damage and surely be able to bring it home here. Super being thrown down, both of them actually as well. Squeak Super and Lou Super. It's not over yet, but it's getting towards that way.
It's looking complicated for SKC, for Leave No Witness. SKC now 5% away from taking this game and securing 2 match points, and Exik just dashes into the zone. Should be able to close it out, and will do just that.
It was a good decision no matter what, and he still had some of it down. Reese instantly over to this left-hand side. Gets that percentage lead early on as he can get there the fastest, but Exit going aggressive, and he's just trying to bait out these gadgets at this point and does successfully do that.
Exit should end up going down, and he will do just that. And immediately they're pushing upwards, looking for some more map control and a chance maybe to get some positioning into the zone. Auto super from Lokida's placed down. Exik is going in, but can't quite get his super in time to heal back up and take care of Alonso. Instead, Leave No Witness so far are doing quite well, but we saw as soon as the Mortis gets a super, he was able to chain it quite a couple of times, not necessarily in a row, but just being a shot or two away from his next one definitely helps out a ton.
Yeah, Exik gets the dash through, gets some super back in hand as well. Reese having to back off and move away as he doesn't want to really use these gadgets to be able to get away from Mortis. He wants to use them aggressively, but through comes the super. Exit going to try and get some chains through. Alonso not going to fall down. A bit of a slow came from Alki there onto Reese, but wasn't able to finish things off. And they've still got a lot of their home zone to secure, and they've got a decent amount of SKC's side, so we're going to need something special from Exit.
He's ready. He has super, and all he needs is the good timing. SKC do have a little bit of a lead, but that might be temporary as Leave No Witness also captured a bit on enemy territory. Exik was a free kill there onto Alonso with his super. Riz is able to get the trade, but the Flames will take the better of one more player from Leave No Witness, and SKC are getting a couple more percentages on the board. Last Leave No Witness have finished capturing their own side, and now they can start to focus more on aggressing as they have the man advantage and some nice respawn cycles. A low HP Spike, Leave No Witness might just be sealing away this game.
Super coming in from Lou there and does actually get the kill, and they might be taking this one. Exit's going to miss the super as well, get taken down. It's pretty much all up to Alki now. Amber's maybe too far off to be able to get anything done. Super comes down, but Loco's slowed out, might be able to get the pinch. They've got to go for the kill. You can't just wait around. Something needs to happen, and I think they've just accepted defeat of this game at this point, and that is going to be Leave No Witness one game away.
KC are able to close out this match as they still have that match point in hand, or if Leave No Witness can turn things around.
Well, we'll see if Exit can get off to a bit of a better start this time. He is up against that Lou early on, so not the best matchup. Sure, he wants to be over on the squeak, but Reese is falling low early on with Lakitas taking him off guard. Some amber oil being thrown down, and that's going to be the slow. He's going to follow up with a kill on that, and that is a great start for SKC. Burn down, but I believe some percentages is ticking away up top.
Yeah, Alki in a good position and trying to heal up. Will end up going down, but Lakitas still got the trade and a couple of percentages on the board in the top right zone for Leave No Witness. SKC barely even, all things considered, and actually was a little bit of a lead if you look at the percentages on each zone. They should be able to claim the lead as long as they don't give up any control on the top right side of the map.
Yeah, this amber oil over the right hand side is going to be nasty as well, going to provide a slow. Exit manages to get away from that super as well. Great play from him. Doesn't want to leave this right hand side and doesn't necessarily need to aggress really either. Some good shots coming through now, and he is going forward and gets the aggression. Does get the kill, and the creepy harvest gets him the HP back as well. Loco now the only one remaining, and this has surely got to be it for Leave No Witness unless something absolutely magical happens for them. Exit's going to move straight onto Alonso once more, get the super off, get the kill, and the burn down damage on Reese will take him out. 10% lead, and this is almost a nail in the coffin now. Lou Super's going to be thrown out, and it gives them a bit of a lifeline.
Now Luki does his slow, nearly goes down, but the Cactus will heal him back up. Exik trying to chase Riz, but he can dash farm, but not over water. leave no witness in big time trouble. There's still time left, but no more room for mistakes. I need to make sure that SKC stay as far away as possible from their zone. Exec trying to get a couple more percentages, but not really able to, and that created a bit of a distraction as Lukitas does go down. Alki is 1 HP. Exec is again gonna try to focus their resources on defense as he commits to a push of his own, and this time around he finds Riz. 1% left, and there you have just a little bit more with SKC's comp, just because I feel like the gene pool is going to be the biggest X factor here to try to, you know, turn around a tricky situation or deflate a push by pulling one of your opponents that's pushing up.
I agree. I'm not a huge fan of Colette here. I think they could have doubled down with the wall break, maybe gone with a Ruffs, or, you know, I mean, X played the fantastic Mortis before. I mean, that's a really strong go-to counter of Sprout. Yes, it's going to struggle a little bit with Meg and Janet, certainly, for sure, but, you know, it would have at least encouraged MattFA to have to really protect Ander in that respect and spend a lot of their resources and a lot of their time kind of having to deal with that scenario, but let's see how it'll play out. Just the blue star at the moment as both teams try to work towards gaining that super. It's Exec, the first person to show signs of it. He's trying to line up potentially here some shots. Gets one onto Ander before juggling his time forwards, but slow and steady it is the case so far, as Matt do need to secure a kill realistically here just to kind of have a bit more of a safe cushion. SKCALALAS though have got to approach this with controlled aggression and not get too ahead of themselves.
Still only that blue star making the difference, but slowly SKC are winning some ground. The pull from Alki though is going to be connecting onto Tano's gadget. That is obviously less than ideal. Drop the base place down. Lukitas might be looking for the angle, but he's going to whiff the shot actually, so it stays up, and he's going to keep creating some space here for MattFA to fall back just a little bit and keep some distance between themselves and their opposition and try to heal up. But Meliodas will get tagged up, as Lukitas now has a rocket rain as well to potentially get an all-important kill, but he's going to pump it a little bit early. It will destroy some cover, but it's not going to find any connections on players, and therefore SKC, they only have about 12 seconds left for that final push.
And it's very low here. Got to be cautious. But it seems like, look at Tasner just backing up a little bit. Now the push in, but no takedowns. But there is one onto Lukitas, and it's enough. 3 stars, and that is a concern as well. Let's see what the next game brings as both teams go back in.
Wow, MattFA in the grand finals just ready, as Blue Star this time around will be picked up by SKC, giving them a little bit more room to work with. Meliodas is low HP as well, nearly goes down to the gene, but the chip damage is just going to be that, not quite enough to take him down. And Blue Star in the hands of SKC gives them the early lead.
And moving up now, just trying to keep Gene suppressed, as the focus primarily on the left being towards the Brock and the Colette. There's a big break. Will deflate a little bit of what Ander's able to achieve, but nonetheless, the Sprout wall will cover a good amount of depth though, regardless. It's just still that blue star, no kills or deaths, as both sides already are valuing that this is the grand finals. You've got to go in a little bit cautiously and not get ahead of yourselves too soon. But one singular kill will shift the balance in favor of MattFA, and you've got the positioning power for it as well. Not a massive fan of that Sprout wall, to be fair, but it will kind of cut off a little bit of the angle that Alche is able to achieve. But he has got Magic Hand now. That's a big concern, and MattFA have got to tread cautiously now going into this backside.
Yeah, 3 supers available for SKC, and that's tons of opportunities to try to deflate any of the pushes from MattFA. Rocket Rain is going to be popped, find some good damage onto Meliodas. Not enough for a kill, but enough to slow down the aggression for a second or two, let them reconsider their positioning. Tano is starting to creep up. Preemptive gadget. I'm gonna pull for the bait, but the pull will connect from Aoki, and it's only Tano left alive. He does have a swipe. He might try to go for it. He gets the connection, gets 1 kill. No, he doesn't find Aoki. That would have been a...
My word. So close. And it just seems as though both sides are in each other's heads very much when it comes to the strategy of just obtaining the blue star and then holding fort. And this time around, it's Exic, the SKCALALAS, who will do so. And Matt FA have got to approach this one a little bit different. Show a bit more aggression maybe, but try to secure an earlier takedown than they did previously because it didn't work out. That magic hand really was quite punishing. Let's see now as the Kias there on the top left, very, very low. They're just Scaves unharmed, but could have easily gone down, let's be honest. But Matt maybe considering going back as Talon trying to create some space into the mid there. Healing up accordingly as well, but both sides being very careful in how they time their runs here. The Kies is there, gets the takedown as well. Somehow, the Incinerary must have been, as another wall comes in from Ander. But it feels like SKCALALAS is just a bit more in control of this one.
And again, a lot of supers available for SKC. The pool will connect onto the base that Meliodas placed down. So all good for Matt FA, besides the star count, obviously. Ander in a tricky position, but Alki overextends massively and gets punished for it. They lose Exic, they lose Alki, and Lukitas is down to one shot. No matter FA, they're not greedy. They know now they have the upper hand and they can't afford to play defensively.
25 seconds on the clock here. And SKCALALAS need a takedown. Alki looking finding the magic hand, but it's not been fed it yet. I just worry a little bit for Matt FA that if he gets it quickly, he won't hesitate. Trying to ensure a swift one that the Janet can take to the skies, and he knows that as well. He's got the blue star on his head. And it goes down. The stars are still with Matt FA for now. But what goes up must come down. Meliodas has just got to stay alive here, and he will do so. The balance changed from the live build to the, what now is the new live build. And Shelly is very fast. It's had 2 increments of speed increase, and it could very well be the thing to take care of this Ashe, but comes down to how it's played for sure. And let's see. There's an early pop there for Alki of the Clay Pigeons to really isolate the attention onto Tano. And that poison really ticking him over a little bit here is, I would say, it's a pretty decent start so far for SKCALALAS, but the speed from Tano, Meliodas pushing through, and this could well avail to a goal if they can just about secure it, but Alki says no and comes back firing.
Yeah, okay. With a cheeky 2-piece here, and suddenly Matt FA, I mean, it looked like they had a push going for them. But it's SKC with control of the ball, control of the pace. And perhaps a chance to turn this into a push. However, Ander is pushing up, jump from Lukitas, but that's not really going to be resulting into anything. Meliodas respecting the Shelly and trying to play it at a range. That's going to be one of the nice features of that extra movement speed is, you know, usually your Ashe is going to be trying to lane swap and move around the map, but the Shelly is going to be able to follow along very nice. However, a big push coming through. Lukitas trying to get the ball away, but Meliodas gets the pass in time. And Tano is buying some time so that the end of the timer is closer as they now score and take the lead in the first game of Brawl.
Yeah, Meliodas as well was trying to earn super at the back of Alki. Great pass through the speed as well. Should be enough to secure it. The angle is there. Meliodas comes back swinging. Here's an Ashe. It's a scary, daunting thing. Well, they are managing it. They are doing it. Let's see, though, whether they can keep this up. Can they get 2 sets ahead here? I've got to point out as well on the Poco side, gadget-wise, running the protective tunes to really counteract the slow of the Shelly, which he might even use here as well. Not going to have it, and I don't blame him for it. It was a 2v1. Reserve that all-important utility for another time. But I do want to see Alki get further up, try and get super through defensive lines to open things to potential shot on goal. Whatever way you look at it, SKCALALAS have got to get back in this game because they are struggling so far.
Yeah, it's a rough start for them here in the grand finals. Meliodas is going to be taking very low HP, but the unbreakable wall is going to disable Alki from closing out that kill. Maybe we'll see a Shelly super to open up the walls and slow down his opposition. He's going to go for it, but it's going to be a bit of a whiff. It does open up 2 walls. Lukitas trying to self-pass and clutch this one up, but it's just not meant to be, as SKC are not going to be able to turn this into a goal just yet.
Speed coming in from Tano. It's a good time for it as well. Meliodas pushing far to the left and hoping to receive the ball, but the heal comes through from Ander. Now Exic in a perilous position, but it looks like Meliodas might go down here, and he does. That might deflate this push, especially as the Alki coming back in off the spawn. He sees to that, shuts it down quick, and this could even avail to a goal if the pass is there. Lucius as well could jump in and receive it. Damage booster potentially as well to receive it and have more HP to push it through. Playing it slow and steady, though, is how they want to do this. Might not be the play, but now there's an opening. A shot, the pass. Oh, this is beautifully done. Lucius didn't even need to connect with it. The ball was there. Great stuff as SKCALALAS start to fight back.
30 seconds left. And Mad FA, they do have a bit of a push going for them. No more slows for Lukitas, but Alki does have super, and that might be a problem. Ander getting some decent value, though. He's going to pick up a kill. Lukitas low HP as well, goes for a jump in. A bit of an interesting trick shot pass here. It's not really going to go anywhere. And Tano, despite facing 2 low HP players, is just not able to get those connections. Exit comes back full HP, clears him up, and SKC will be able to pick up sets. A chance to be all even if SKC pick this one up.
Such an important moment, isn't it? Because Matt FA could be way ahead, you know, in terms of the sets, but SKCALALAS could bring this back and make it very much even. I love this Shelly pick. I don't know why so many regions and players have been very shy to the mix to really go for it and buckle down, double down with it. It's just so hard for Meliodas to do much. And I can understand it. And it's a great wall break to have on this particular map as well. Meliodas struggling still. Tano weak as well. Lukias could have jumped in there, but he didn't go for it. He wants to pass through from Exic. And this is a wide open door for Exic to be able to walk it through. Nothing at all that anyone can do. In the very early start for SKCALALAS, 1 on the board already.
Yeah, Ander didn't even try to heal up his teammate there, which probably would have saved that goal. Lukitas gets melted though. Alki also in a bad spot. Ander will fall. Meliodas knocked back. Tano, can he score this one in? He's gonna rush it a bit. Maybe there wasn't a chance to just try to walk or at least shoot it through. Instead, he went for a shot straight into a player that's not really quite gonna make it. Alki has super, and he's not gonna be scared to use it.
He really is the reason right now that no one wants to go forward to get this ball, but they've got to. I mean, time is still ticking here, and you kind of have to commit to something eventually. That's what they're going to do now as Alki really gets the push through, and he's left wide open. Robotic Rat's coming down. We'll see to him the pass through, but can Meliodas do much about it? No. Low HP, and they're not going to get shut down either. Oh, my word. Essek and Lucius did so well there, honestly. And the pins really do say it all. Disastrous moment there for Matt FA. They've got to pick themselves up now with 30 seconds left. There is not much time here to get this goal they need.
That was the chance for Matt FA to try to equalize, maybe see overtime in this game, but it's looking like the set will be going the way of SKC, especially after they find another goal.
On both sides of the coin, but I think the Matt FA one is now definitely the safer of the two choices.
I'm with you. I mean, I think the idea of the goal is not necessarily bad. There's other brawlers that can do a similar job, you know. Could have gone Lola, for example, because they needed some burst damage on safe, you know. Because if a Brock gets onto your safe, you just, like, not necessarily burst, more like sustained damage on safe, and they didn't have any of that. But, I mean, Team White immediately in favor of SKC, and they're full on blasting onto that blue safe.
That's exactly what you want to do with a cult. Just pure chaos. No one knows where to shoot or how quickly to maneuver around who they're shooting at, and the jump in as well. This is starting to dust it. I mean, blink and you into the ground there, because as soon as you lose control, it's chaos. It's exactly what SKCALALAS are trying to do with this strat. It's just rare to see it work out quite that well.
Yeah, that was incredibly fast. Incredibly efficient, just not missing a shot. Winning every single lane, but it's a slightly different story this time around, and should expect somewhat of a different result. And they're gonna get some connections on save. 10% now in favor of Matt FA, and has a super as well, so if anyone there's get in range, they might get punished.
I think it's important to remind the viewers at home that this is much more like this comp would normally play out to be. It's, you know, I don't want to see everyone playing comp on ladder thinking they're going to get the same results as we just saw, because normally it doesn't work out that way. And you can see there, Tano there popping the extra credits gadget with the damage booster, and look how that's tearing up the safe. It's a much safer comp. You know, you can stay behind the wall, you've got that mid control. If SKCALALAS starts to push back in, so you can go back and still be at the comfort of home. 3% is all that's needed, and I think that SKCALALAS just got back dealt a hand. Nothing much that they can do unless they just hold firm now and get 100% damage, which I think is incredibly unlikely. But nonetheless, we have seen stranger things this weekend. Lots of reverse sweeps, lots of underdog stories. So, I don't know. I don't think that I've seen it all just yet, Teddy.
Probably not, Ark. Probably not. But SKC seems like they've had enough. They are pushing forward and getting some good value on save. 45 seconds left, and they still need to deal 59% damage if they want to catch up. A low HP Colette in the mid is going to be forced to heal up, however, not being able to, as Meliodas shut him down. Tano finds Exic, and all they need is about a single shot, and Ander lines it up.
It's just so close, isn't it? It really is. Different ideas for both sides. No doubts about it, but it's going to come down to this early control. A lot of clustering there on the side of SKCALALAS, and now Alki and Lukitas do separate themselves out. Great slowing toxin there as well from Alki, and that is suffering for Ander. Kind of just trying to make these shots work, but it does feel like it's going back a little bit to that first game. These shots have got to land, and they do. Meliodas does get the takedown exit as well. Goes down himself, and it's a bit of a reset, but Matt FA do need to establish control. Get some takedowns, push back through this mid, make that 3 versus 2. But look at the slowing toxin combined with the cult. It's such a wondrous combination. It's allowing X to hit far more shots. But Matt FA are starting to resist things a bit more. Now that Bush is down, things might change.
Jumping from the crow, but that's a trap as Meliodas melts him down. He's not going to be surviving himself though, as Exic only needs to be aiming for his legs, and that will be the easiest kill in the universe. Meliodas slowed down by Alki, and Lukitas is able to get a super on safe. It's looking like SKC might run away with this one. 70, 80, 90% lead now in their favor. And Lukitas, if the super connects, will end it. And he does exactly that. Answers, and his gadget will nicely put Carl to sleep during his super. Can hit the ego and Lola at the same time. The salty barrel can't tank. Super is really strong. And I think it's quite alright, to be honest.
Well, I think it depends upon how it's approached. Ultimately, you know, feeding into it is the worst thing you can do, and I'm pretty sure that the value was achieved greatly in that interaction by Ander. Now he can get back in and then choose his time. So I think SKCALALAS have got to be a bit more cautious with this, because ultimately if they don't feed into Ander, then they're going to be able to establish a greater amount of control, spend more time on the mid. He's one shot away now. Now he has the Sandstorm. And now Tano can reposition himself if he wants to and really go in deep here. Going to play a bit more defensively. Looks like it is that Root Sands? I think it's actually no healing winds, I believe, on that star power side for Sandy, so actually not going to cause damage. There's a jump in there from Meliodas. Will pop slowing toxin just before death there, allowing just a couple more gems into the pocket of Tano. And SKCALALAS do need to establish a couple more here because they are a little bit behind.
So far, a good start from Matt FA, but SKC are adjusting, they're adapting, and now suddenly Tano doesn't have a mech to work with anymore. That was the final sleep from Ander, and follow-up super coming true. Let's see if they can hold on to the mid. All they need is 2 gems to start a countdown, but Ander this time is going to be overwhelmed by X6 super. And although Tano gets back into his mech, SKC have pretty much caught up gem-wise.
Did really well. And forced to the right-hand side, choosing to swap lanes. I think it's probably wise, but is it too little, too late? That's the question. Exik holds on there and does win the 1v1. As there as well in the mid. Currently collecting that 9th gem. 10 there, though. Okay, all now healed up and going to contest it. 1 away from countdown now, but the slow is huge there from Meliodas. The swipe from Tano does not connect, though. Should be a swift takedown there for Meliodas onto Exik, but he somehow struggled with it, and that means that Tano can't push this gem. 10 to 10. One more coming down, but it's looking like both sides are going to be very cautious now as we approach this kind of stalemate scenario, as both sides collect the one on their spawn side before reconsidering. But now look at that. Tano can't push this. Surely SKCALALAS have got a huge opportunity now.
Yeah, that's a big moment to get that double kill because the gems are up for grabs. Exik gets an insane kill, gets the gems as well. Not that they were really required, but it's going to be the final nail in a coffin. And SKC are on match point.
Start to change their strategy up, not feed as much into those sandstorms, and also swap the lanes and have the Carl go up against it. Now, and has got that favorable matchup that he had previously. Lukitas did lead in a lot to the value, despite the salty barrel. The sweet dream stun does seem to be a little bit stronger. But look at this, the pressure onto Tano. They've got to help him out here. X is going to get the takedown and bring back the gems. Doesn't matter if Ando wins that left-hand side lane. If he's not able to contest it, they're going to be walking away from it. And SKCALALAS seems to be growing in confidence here. Matt FA might be getting a little bit out of their depth, as it is tournament point now, SKCALALAS.
Ander gets fed super, and it's going to help regain some positioning. And you're right. He's playing the heal, which is wild to me. I feel like Root Sands is just so good overall. Don't think the heal is necessarily bad, but it's just really overshadowed by Root Sands. Either way, Lukitas should be dropping dead, and his survival is 46 HP. Tano, low HP as well, needs to be careful. He's going to drop out of the mech and doesn't really want that in a crucial moment like this. And he gets reset and tanked back all the way down to 800 HP. Jump it from Meliodas. That's a kill. The gems are dropped as well. Exik trying to go for a play himself, but he goes down, and the gems go in the hands of Matt FA. Countdown locked in now by Matt FA.
Gems all split, but is there enough time? Lukitas trying to get some damage dealt into Tano. Exik, no super to hand. No gadgets, but it seems... Oh, he has a gadget, but what? It's going to be such a close game up next. Will SKCALALAS shut it down, secure it, become our champions for April, or will Matt FA take it to a 5th and final? Let's go in.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this whole plan here from SKC committing so much resources on the left-hand side, including the penny. Like, you don't really want to be fighting multiple people up close when you're facing, or you don't really want to be going in as multiple people up close against a Sandy that's just going to be getting so much of her super and doesn't really care if it's 1 or 2 people she's shooting at the same time, or he's shooting at rather. Let's see. Because the problem, if you commit your gem carrier to help out the lane, is in the meantime, Tano got so many gems, he doesn't get pushed by Exik. Sleep onto Exik, but Exik still gets a 2-piece. Meliodas is able to recover the gems until the mortar takes him down. However, the lead is still in favor of Matt FA, but SKC, they now have control of the mid.
Great amount of pressure here, but Tano is fighting it. Exik is the problem realistically here. It's going in. Big hits. The Sweet Dream stun is there, but Tano is taking so many shots, and it is one too many. Gems in the pocket for SKCALALAS on the retreat. 15 seconds inbound, and I don't see how it's going to get reset.
Matt FA, they need a kill on either Lukitas or Alki. But with 4 seconds left, what they really need is a miracle. 1 second left to swap from Tano. He will get 1 kill. It gets reset, but he's going to drop dead. And now there's even more gems in the pockets of SKC.
The reset might be enough, but I don't see Matt FA being able to do it twice, if I'm honest. I think it is going to be SKCALALAS for the first ever monthly finals win. Exec with a flying hook away, a little spin, a cheeky pin, but most importantly, the win. Great stuff from them, and they break the trend. Every month by month, it's been leave no witness as the top of this region, but now we have a new reigning champ.
Phenomenal run from SKC this month. Props to Matt FA as well for an unbelievable performance for a first time going this far in a monthly final ever for all of their players.
It has all been coming down to this. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion.
Oh my word! What an incredible moment!
We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first and last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing.
Without further ado, let's get rolling!